Ausrücken! angetreten. Befehle? Linie treten. Alright. Alright. Ausrücken. Befehle.
nothing. Girl, I'm tired of the fight and fussing. So baby, now we're moving on. I said, baby, now we're moving on. Girl, you know that me and you could've made it, but I guess we're better off separated. Falling apart, girl, we falling apart, girl, we falling apart. Now we fell apart, falling apart. Everywhere I go, everywhere I be, everybody know I do my thing. Everywhere I'm at, it don't matter where, they know that I do my thing. I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, I do my thing. I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, I do my thing. You can't do it like I do. When I step up in a spot, make a room, hey, and everybody know, can none of y'all stop me, I'm out of control. So much greater, you just a hater, I see you later, fuck you, I'm major. I'm sharp like a razor, if you ain't down with my squad, nigga, razor. Everywhere I go, everywhere I be, everybody know I do my thing. Everywhere I'm at, it don't matter where, they know that I do my thing. I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, I do my thing. I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, I do my thing. You talk a lot, but you ain't much. All you niggas act hard, but you ain't tough. They wish they was, but they ain't us. Y'all full of shit, stop talking out your anus. You don't wanna see me, please believe me, boy, I'm about this. What you really want, boy, come on, you ain't about shit. Yeah, I'm what it is, do it big like a mountain. Nigga, I'm the shit, stay your chick, then I pound it out. Boy, it's going down, watch me do my thing, I'm the king, no girl. This is what I'm about, swaggy so low. You can ask around, I'm the man, no doubt. Hey, what you doing? My thing. And what they doing? Not a thing. Hey, what you doing? My thing. And what they doing? Not a thing. Everywhere I go, everywhere I be, everybody know I do my thing. Everywhere I'm at, it don't matter where, they know that I do my thing. I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, I do my thing. I do it, yeah, yeah, I do it, I do my thing.
Angetreten. Achtung.
Guess I should have seen this coming.
Achtung.
Should have seen it all along. It's just funny how the person you love the most, the
Angetreten.
same person that can hurt you the most.
Girl, how could you do this to me?
Angetreten.
Baby, you were all I knew. Girl, look what you're doing to me. Can't believe that I was such a fool. Can't believe you played me. Can't believe you broke my heart. Girl, you were my lady. Now tell me how you gonna do me wrong. I'm stuck and searching for a reason, wondering why you leave us. Baby, please can you tell me? I feel so lost, someone help me. Girl, how could you do this to me? Baby, you were all I knew. Girl, look what you're doing to me. Can't believe that I was such a fool. Never
Achtung.
thought that you could be so cruel. Never thought that you would up and leave. Tell me, what am I supposed to do now that you ain't here with me? Baby, I'm so lonely. You were my one and only. Can't believe that now you're gone. Girl, you cut
Angetreten.
me so deep. My heart is
talk on national security. Because the nub of the whole purpose of your presence is to keep you now and your children later and your grandchildren much later out of a last-ditch war for the preservation of American independence and of all the things that American independence means to you, me, and to ours. Never before since Jamestown and Plymouth Rock has our American civilization
Zeigt es ihnen!
been in such danger as now. The Nazi masters of Germany have made it clear that they intend not only to dominate all life and thought in their own country, but also to enslave the whole of Europe, then to use dominate the rest of the world.
All right.
In view of the nature of this undeniable threat, it can be asserted properly, categorically, that the United States has no right or reason to encourage talk of peace till the day shall come when there is a clear intention on the part of the aggressor nation to abandon all thought of dominating or conquering the world. The forces of the states that are leagued against all people who live in freedom are being held away from our shores. The German and Italians are being blocked on the other side of the Atlantic by the British and by the Greeks and by thousands of soldiers and sailors who are able to escape from subjugated countries. The Japanese are being engaged in China,
Befehle?
in Asia, by the Chinese fleet in another great defense. In the Pacific Ocean is our fleet, a gun loaded with explosive bullets, economic as well as military. Frankly and definitely, there is danger ahead. Danger against which
All right.
but we well know that we cannot escape danger or the fear of it by crawling into bed and pulling the cover over our heads. Germany has said that she was occupying Belgium to save the Belgians from the British. Would she hesitate then to say to any South American country, by the United States? Belgium is being used as an invasion base against Britain, now fighting for its life. And any South American country in Nazi hands would always constitute a jumping-off place for German attack on any one of the other republics of this hemisphere. We think of Hawaii as an outpost of defense in the Pacific, yet the Azores are closer to our shores in the Atlantic than Hawaii is on the
Bereit! Ausrücken! Befehle?
There are those who say that the Axis powers would never have any desire to attack the Western Hemisphere. This is the same dangerous form of wishful thinking which has destroyed the powers of resistance of so many conquered people. let us no longer blind ourselves to the undeniable fact that the evil forces which have crushed, undermined, and corrupted so many others are already within our own gates. Your government knows much about them, and every day is
Befehle?
their secret emissaries are active in our own and neighboring countries. They seek to stir up suspicion and dissent, cause internal strife. They try to turn capital against labor and vice versa. They try to reawaken slumbering racial and religious animals. Have no place in this country. And there are also American citizens, many of them in high places, who unwittingly, in most cases, are aiding and abetting the work of these agents. I do not charge these American citizens with being foreign agents, but I do charge them with doing exactly the kind of work that the dictators want done in the United States. The experience of the past 2 years has proven beyond doubt that no nation can appease the Nazis.
Los, los, los!
Tame a tiger into a kitten by stroking it. There can be no appeasement with ruthlessness. There can be no reasoning with an incendiary bomb.
Los, los, los! Ausrücken! Greift weiter an!
administration. It was the evident wish and will of Parliament and the nation that this should be conceived on the broadest possible basis, and that it should include all parties, both those who supported the late government and also the parties of the opposition.
All right.
I have completed the most important part of this task. A war cabinet has been formed of 5 members, representing, with the Liberal opposition, the unity of the nation. The 3 party leaders have agreed to serve either in the war cabinet or in high executive office. The 3 fighting services have been filled. It was necessary that this should be done in one single day, on account of the extreme urgency and rigor of events. A number of other key positions were filled yesterday, and I am submitting a further list to His Majesty tonight. I hope to complete the appointment of the principal ministers during tomorrow. The appointment of the other ministers usually takes a little longer, but I trust that when Parliament meets again, this part of my task will be completed, and that the administration will be completed in all respects. Sir, I considered it in the public interest to suggest that the House should be summoned to meet today. Mr. Speaker agreed and took the necessary steps in accordance with the powers conferred upon him by the resolution of the House. At the end of the proceedings today, the adjournment of the House will be proposed until Tuesday, the 21st of May, with, of course, provision for earlier meeting if need be. The business to be considered during that week will be notified to members at the earliest opportunity. I now invite the House, which stands in my name, to record its approval of the steps taken and to declare its confidence in the new government. Sir, to form an administration of this serious undertaking. But it must be remembered that we are in the preliminary stage of one of the greatest battles in history. That we are in action at many points in Norway and in Holland. That we have to be prepared in the Mediterranean. That the air battle is continuous. And that many preparations have to be made here at home. In this crisis, I hope I may be pardoned if I do not address the House at any length today. I hope that any of my friends and colleagues or former colleagues who are affected by the political reconstruction will make all allowance for any lack of ceremony with which it has been necessary to act. I would say to the House, as I said to those who have joined the government, I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. We have before us an ordeal of the most grievous kind. We have before us many, many long months of struggle and of suffering. You ask what is our policy? I will say it is to wage war by sea, land, and air, with all our might.
All right.
God can give us. To wage war against a monstrous in the dark and lamentable catalogue of human crime. That is our policy. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer in one word. Victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory however long and hard the road may be. But without victory there is no survival. Let that be realized. No survival for the British Empire. No survival for all that the British Empire stood for. No survival for the urge and impulse of the ages that mankind will move forward towards its goal. But I take up my task with buoyancy and hope. Sure that our cause will not be suffered to fail among men. This time I feel entitled to claim the aid. And I say, come then, let us go forward together with our united strength.
Tequila. Deckung! Achtung! Ausrücken! Angetreten! Rückzug!
was a great trial of strength between the British and German air
Unter Beschuss!
Can you conceive a greater objective for the Germans in the air than to make evacuation from these beaches impossible and to sink all these ships which were displayed almost to the extent of thousands? Could there have been an objective of greater military importance and significance? For the whole purpose of the war was this. They tried hard, and they were beaten back. They were frustrated in their task. We got the army away, and they have paid fourfold for any losses which they have inflicted. Sir, when we consider how much greater would be our advantage in defending the air above this island against an overseas attack, I must say that I find in these facts a firm basis upon which practical and reassuring thoughts may rest. I will pay my tribute to these young airmen. The great French army was very largely, for the time being, cast back and disturbed by the onslaught of armored men. May it not also be that the cause of civilization itself is defended by the skill and devotion of those who burn down. There never has been, I suppose, in all the world, in all the history of war, such an opportunity before. Knights of the Round Table, the Crusaders, all fall back into the fight. Not only distant, but prosaic. These young men going forth every morn to guard their native land and all that we stand for, holding in their hands these instruments of colossal and shattering power, to whom it may be said that every morn brought forth a noble chant, and every chant brought forth a noble night. Deserve my gratitude, and do all in so many ways and on so many occasions are ready and continue ready to give life and all for their native land. Nevertheless, our thankfulness at the escape of our army and so many men whose loved ones have passed an agonizing week does not blind us to the fact that what happened in France and Belgium is a colossal military disaster. The French army has been weakened, the Belgian army has been lost, a large part of those fortified lines upon which so much faith had been reposed is gone. Many valuable mining districts and factories have passed into the enemy's possession. The whole of the Channel ports are in his hands, with all the tragic consequences that follow from that. And we must expect another blow to be struck, almost immediately, at us or at France. We are told, sir, that Herr Hitler has a plan for invading the British Isles. This has often been thought of before. When Napoleon lay at Boulogne for a year with his flat-bottom boats and his grand army, he was told by someone, there are bitter weeds in England. There are certainly a great many more of them since the British expeditionary force returned. Sir, I have myself full confidence that if all do their duty, if nothing is neglected, and if the best arrangements are made, as they are being made, we shall prove ourselves once more able to defend our island home, to ride out the storm of war, and to outlive the menace of tyranny, if necessary for years, if necessary alone. At any rate, that is what we are going to try to do. That is the resolve of His Majesty's government, every man. That is the will of Parliament and the nation. The British Empire and the French Republic, linked together in their cause and in their need, will defend to the death their native soil, aiding each other like good comrades to the utmost of their strength. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France.
Right.
We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the
Uneducated.
and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. And if, which I do not for a moment believe, this island or large part of it is subjugated and starving, then our empire beyond the seas, armed and guarded by the British fleet, carry on the struggle until in God's good time, the new world with all its powers steps forth to the rescue.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force,
Uneducated.
you are about to embark upon the great crusade
Ausrücken.
which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well-trained, well-equipped, and battle-hardened. He will fight savagely. But this is the year 1940. Much has happened since the Nazi triumphs of 1940-41. The United Nations have inflicted upon the Germans great defeats in open battle, man to man. Our air offensive has seriously reduced their strength in the air and their capacity to wage war on the ground. Our home fronts have given us an overwhelming superiority in weapons and munitions of war, and placed at our disposal great reserves of trained fighting men. The tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and...
Mr. Speaker, the disastrous military events which have happened during the past fortnight have not come to me with any sense of surprise. Indeed, I indicated a fortnight ago, as clearly as I could to the House, that the worst possibilities were open. And I made it perfectly clear that whatever happened in France would make no difference to the resolve of Britain and the British Empire to fight on, if necessary for years, if necessary alone. I have thought it right upon this occasion to give the House and the country some indication of the solid, practical grounds upon which we base our inflexible resolve to continue the war. There are a good many people who say, never mind, win or lose, sink or swim, better die than submit to tyranny and such a tyranny. And I do not dissociate myself from them. But I can assure them that our professional advisors of the three services unitedly advise that we should carry on the war, and that there are good and reasonable hopes of final victory. We have fully informed and consulted all the self-governing dominions. These great communities, far beyond the oceans, who have been built up on our laws and on our civilization, and who are absolutely free to choose their course, but are absolutely devoted to the ancient motherland, and who feel themselves inspired by the same emotions which lead me to stake our all upon duty and honor. We do not yet know what will happen in France. or whether the French resistance will be prolonged, both in France and in the French Empire overseas. The French government will be throwing away great opportunities and casting adrift their
Pull.
if they do not continue to their treaty obligations, from which we have not felt able to release them. The House will have read the historic declaration in which it is the desire of many Frenchmen and of our own hearts, we have proclaimed our willingness at the darkest hour in French history to conclude a union of common citizenship in this struggle. However matters may go in France or with the French government or other French governments, we in this island and in the British Empire will never